Okay, let's get right into it. First, you're going to need a dome cap. I prefer the one with the man on it because I believe it's bigger and it stretches better. Make sure the cap is centered, then get your concealer, foundation, anything that you can mark the cap with. Mark where your ear is at. This helps with laying the tracks. Some people use measuring tape, but this works for me. Mark in front of the ear as well, so you can know where you need to sew the tracks on at the front. Also, mark behind your ear. This helps with laying the tracks as well. After you do all of this, you'll be ready to start your wig. You're also going to add concealer to the middle so you can know where to place your closure piece at, and just to make sure it's centered. It's going to get cut out at the end, so the concealer is not going to show through. Right here, I'm just showing you guys how I do my sewings, my stitching pattern, should I say. I take it up from the back and I do 2 loops around. Some people do 3, I only do 2. And I just pull it through. I believe it saves time. Okay, so remember when I had you guys put the concealer behind your ear? That was to let you know where to stop your first track. I did the first 3 tracks I sewed behind the ear using that guide. And then after that, the 4th track should be at the top of the earline. That was the first mark that I made. That was the longest one I made. And then the next track should be at the front of the cap. And I did not sew through the band. You do not want to sew through the band. You're going to pinch the band and just try to avoid, like, you'll know when you're going to sew the band because it's really thick. So you're just going to pinch it a little bit and you're just going to sew through the cap part. Also, I stretched the cap out when I put it on the dowel head because the dowel head is really small and it's not really realistic. It's a little bit, but it's really off a lot. So I use T-pins and I stretch the wig cap out a lot to hold the wig in place and to give it a good stretch because my client has a lot of hair. So it's really good. I mean, for me, I don't have that much hair, so I probably wouldn't have stretched it as much. But for someone who has a lot of hair in their head, it's good to stretch it. Also, guys, I usually flip my tracks when I'm in the back, like behind the ear, and like when I get up to the middle, like at the earline, I flip the tracks, but I never flip the tracks when I get in front of the ear, and that's like the marking in front of the ear. I just cut them. When I do my own wigs, I flip them because I really don't care. But when I'm making wigs for other people, I cut them to ensure that they are flat because we want flatness. Make sure you're spacing, when you're sewing, that you're spacing it out. Do not sew right on top of each other. That is one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I first started making wigs. It makes the cap so small. Well, that was why I had stretched it out so much. With the T-pins, I kind of pulled the wig cap like almost over her face because these caps do get really small. They shrink like if you sew on top of each other. I don't know if you guys can notice or not, but I'm spacing it out probably like a finger length apart, probably like a finger length and like half of a pinky apart. I think that's a good distance. It might look gappy, but you have to think about it. When you put it on your real head, it's really not going to be that gappy because it doesn't even look gappy on the cap right now. But when you take it off the cap, it's going to look gappy. But as soon as you put it on, it's going to stretch right back out. And when you're sewing your tracks, do not put the tracks on top of each other. Unless you're doing like 3 bundles, then you have no choice. But try to space them out, especially in the back. You have a lot of hair to cover the back. You do not have to put them directly on top of each other. For one reason you don't want to do that is because the hair, like if you're laying down, if you sew this wig cap on, you know, when you're laying on the back of your head, the hair can get real bunchy in the back, and then it can like mat up your hair if you don't comb your hair all the time or comb the wig all the time. So just space it out. It's really good too, so to ensure that the wig isn't too tight or too small. So the way I usually do my wigs, I'll sew one bundle on first, and then I will apply my closure, and then I apply the second bundle. I'm only doing 2 bundles. If you're doing 3 bundles, I would suggest doubling the wefts, because you're not going to get the full 3 bundles on the wig cap. If you do, I'm pretty sure it's going to be too small. So double the wefts, and still try to, even when you're doubling the wefts, make some decent spaces in between them. Try not to put them right on top of each other. I promise you, it looks so much better. I am piecing hair together. This hair is already pre-cut, so I can't really flip it anyway because I'm trying to make sure it's really flat. But if it wasn't, this hair was already pre-cut, so you might see me like putting short pieces on there and then looking for some more pieces. It's already pre-cut, so I'm just doing the best that I can with making sure that I put the longest on first, and like right there, like that's like a really weird piece to just put on there. But this hair was already pre-cut, so I don't really have a choice. I'm pretty sure you can get a mannequin head from Amazon. I'm not sure how much. You should also be able to get the mannequin stand from Amazon as well. I did not buy my stands or any of my mannequin heads. I went to hair school, so I got a lot of my stuff from hair school. And yeah, they really help though. They're really good. They're really sturdy. I had a desk stand, and it was okay, but getting the bigger one, I think they should be like $25. I think, don't quote me on it. I'm gonna try to find a way to put a link down at the bottom in the description box for you guys, but yeah, don't quote me on the price. But I do know that these mannequin stands, the one that actually stand up, is better. And yes, I do know this is a very long video. When I first started wig making, I was on YouTube looking for someone who had a very detailed, long video that was kind of slow like mine. I was scared. I wanted someone to hold my hand. So I'm technically holding you guys' hand. I really just wanted to see like placements, and I just didn't feel like I was doing it right. So I just wanted to see what everybody else was doing. So yes, this is a very long video. I'm going to make a shorter video to post, but I'm going to post both. I'm going to use the same thing. I'm just going to make it way shorter, way faster. Let's talk about prepping. I did not say that at first in the beginning of the video. I made 10 needles before I started even sewing the wig. Like before I even put the cap on my head, I made 10 needles. And I only used 8, so which was really good. What annoys me the most, and what I really think makes the process even longer, is having to stop to make more needles. Like, so I just went and got 10. I like to use the large needles. I don't really like the small ones. They like slip out of my hand a lot, which is really annoying. So I'm gonna make a video on the sizes, because when you go to the beauty supply store and you ask them for the large needles, they give you whatever they have. Like, they're not large at all. And I used to think those were the large needles until I seen large needles, and I was like, oh my god, they've been playing me all along. So I'm gonna make a video to show you guys. I have a lot of different sizes of needles. I have some really small ones too. I have no idea why they make those. Well, I guess for people who have little hands. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video and show you guys the different sizes of needles and which ones I use, because I drop needles a lot. Yay guys, we're almost done. It's time to put the closure on. So let's start doing that. Okay, so you're gonna take out the T-pins from the wig first. Remember we had the cap held down. So we're gonna take out the T-pins. Next I went ahead and I adjusted the wig and I T-pinned the closure piece down. Now you want to put the closure piece right on the line of the cap, like right where the black part is at. Don't worry about the concealer. Remember I told you we're going to cut that part out. It's not going to be shown. Okay, so I'm trying to get it really close to the black part, like the beginning, right at the beginning. So I'm pointing to it for you guys, like what we wanted, where we want it to be at. And we're gonna put our T-pins on the closure to hold it, and we're also gonna put a T-pin in the back of the closure to make sure it doesn't move while we're sewing it in. Now I got clips already. You can get any kind of clips, duckbill clips, any type of clips, just to hold the hair. Some people like to braid their closures. I just put clips in them. I don't have time to braid. And then I'm gonna get another clip. There it goes. And I'm going to put it like that, just so I can see really well. The hair won't be in your way. And then you just start sewing it down. Now what I do so what I do is I get two different needles, one for one side and one for the other. That way I don't have to worry about them moving. I know I put the T-pins in already, but just to make sure they don't move, I sew down both sides with two different needles. Okay, now let's see what we gotten so far. So I'm going to cut that part. I don't like that part. It has a line in it and it looks really funny. Also, I sewed on the cap. I did not sew through the band part again. I just pinched it and I sewed through the cap. So it's really tight going around to the back. I still have a T-pin in it in the back, and I haven't sewed that part down yet. If you can see the T-pin right there, I haven't sewed that part down yet, but we just gonna keep going. Just showing you guys what we gotten so far, and also on the other side. Remember I told you guys I sew on both sides first, and then I sew the back. Okay guys, now we're done sewing. I'm just showing you guys how it looks when we're done sewing it all around. It's really tight. You should be able to pull up on it and it should not move, especially the closure. Okay, now we're on our second bundle. Hang in there guys, we're almost done. So for the second bundle, we're gonna sew like right in the corner. Right where I'm sewing in, that's where we're gonna start our bundle. With this, we're gonna start a little bit closer to the tracks. We're not gonna do a big space like we normally do. starting at like the front, but like it's going back around in the middle. We are going to space it out a little bit bigger. I hope you guys got that. So closer where my hand is right now, it's going to be closer to the track that's in the bottom of it. And as we go around the cap, as we get to the back of the cap, we're going to space it out how we normally would. Hope you guys got that. Alright guys, you're doing good. Keep going, keep sewing. We're almost done. If you guys have any questions, of course comment and I will respond as quick as possible that I can respond. If you guys want me to do more videos on this, or if you want to see some other videos, just let me know. We have 2 tracks left. You're going to sew them right across. I'm pointing it out to you guys now. Do it on a slight bend, and yeah, we're almost done. Okay, guys, yay, we are done sewing on everything. Good job, we made it. It was very easy. I know it was very, very easy. But it looks really good. Like, look how close the tracks is and stuff to the closure. It looks really good. Good job. Okay, you guys, the wig is really stretchy. Now it is time to cut that extra part out that I told you guys we were going to cut out. You're going to cut as close as you can to the thread. You do not cut the thread. You might mess something up, but cut as close as you can. Easy. See? Okay, now let's try this baby on. It's tight, but it's a little loose on my head. Like I told you, my head is little and I don't have that much hair on my head. But for someone who does have a lot of hair on their head, it works perfectly. Now I'm going to show you guys how to flatten out your closure piece because it was bulky, as you can see. You're going to get some spray water, you're going to get a rat tail comb, and you're going to get a cutting comb, and you're going to spray your wig, the closure piece down. You're going to take the rat tail comb. If you want a side part, obviously part is on the side. If you want a middle part in the middle like I'm doing. I also use the cutting comb to like make sure it was flatter. The rat tail comb really doesn't help with that, but the cutting comb does. Okay, y'all, we are finna plug. So get your tweezers. I used the pointy tweezers. I should have got the flathead tweezer, but that was the only one that was in my reach. So we're going to pluck away. Don't pluck away too much, but we're just plucking in a straight line. We're just defining the part a little bit better. This is not a net. This is a silk-based closure. I really don't like silk-based closures, but this is my client's hair, so we have to do it the best we can. The reason I don't like silk-based closures is because it has a net in front of it and then it turns into the silk-based closure, which is really weird. And it like has some hair on the net part. Like, why don't you just do the whole net? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it, but we're gonna work with it. So I'm plucking it to make it a little bit better. As you guys can see, it was like bulky how it was, and I done plucked it straight. So yeah, we're getting there. Okay, let's see this closure. Okay, y'all, honey, y'all. It is just how I want it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now we're gonna let our little baby sit under the dryer because I wet the hair. As y'all can see, I already went ahead and styled it off camera. I styled it like that because I'm gonna do her swoop bang. So yeah, I will post a video when I put it on her head to show you guys what it looks like on her head. And that is the wig that we made together, you guys. Give yourself a round of applause. Good job.